What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the Analytical Eye Show. It's your boy Javier. Cheers. Water again. I told y'all I'm getting kind of on this health thing, so rock out with me, okay? Usually I have something else in that cup, maybe a little mixture of concoction or soda, or you know, I kind of like Alizé. I get that from my mom. It's a French, what they call it. It's a French vodka. It's a what that guy say off of South Soul Plane. He said it's a cognac. What did he say? It's not a what is it? Cognac. It's very fruity. Make you want to do huckabuck and then pass out your own juices. That's actually not. Maybe somebody that has a bad digestive tract. Not with me. I'm good. I like Alizé because you can put it like, for example, I think I may have said this on the show before. I hate the taste of alcohol. I hate it. But so when I not but when I so when I when I put in a cup, a glass, I end up having to dilute it. I hate that it takes out. Like I'll do it, like I'll do a shot or something, but I'm just not that person because I just don't like the taste of alcohol. I really don't. So what I'll do is I'll do what they would say a chaser, but I just dilute it basically. I pour in the soda or the juice or whatever, and I'm the type of person like, depending on the size of the cup. Say for example, the cup is like an average of like maybe a 16-ounce cup. I'll probably put about maybe 10% of this much, and then the rest I'll fill it up with, or maybe even less than that actually, because I'm a lightweight. I'm only 5'5", 132 pounds. I'm 24. I drink every so often. I think when was the last time I actually drunk? It might have been like maybe about 2.5 weeks ago. But then before that, it was a while ago. It had been like because I you know like I drink every now and then. You know what I'm saying? Just like with smoking weed and other stuff like that. So that's all. Very few far in between. I rarely ever do it. Like so much so that I don't even remember the occurrences or the instances when I do it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but like I said, I hope y'all having a good day, and hopefully your week has been blessed so far. I'm going through a couple of things, like I am potentially going to be joining the National Guard. Hopefully, pray for me, y'all. Not the full service, just reserve, where I can still try to live a civilian life and advance my career. I just need to find some type of career stability, and it wasn't cutting it with TSA. It wasn't even the passengers. It wasn't even the workload. It was the supervisors, the management, the whole ordeal of how it goes. And a lot of people, y'all can relate with me. It is never really the people, the passengers. It's never really, or like the customers that you serve or whoever it is. Not even serve, but you work for, work with, or whatever. It's not even that. It's the people you work with. It's the your coworkers. It's your management. It's not and not even I don't even call them leaders. I don't even really want to call them management because they don't manage shit except for trying to control who your personal life basically and make you fit around the job instead of them fitting around you. You see what I'm saying? They bring in the door and say, "Oh yeah, we're here for you." Da 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 da. As soon as you get in the door, say, "Hey, I need this off. I need this off." As soon as you showing up for work is all fine and dandy. You doing overtime is fine and dandy. But as soon as you start calling out because you need days off, they want to start coming out with you with the like, hold up now, what you doing? Like, I have a life to live, duh, dumb motherfucker. But anyways, I said motherfucker. So did I say that so white? So proper. I hope I did, cause I don't want to sound proper. Like I'm like Samuel Jackson. English motherfucker, do you speak it? Okay, but anyways, I'm getting off track here, okay? I'm supposed to be talking about what we're supposed to talk about today. But I'm getting sidetracked with what I'm drinking and but see, and that's one thing I start rambling on and on and on and on. I do this with my friend Anthony, family friend. And I always ramble on. So basically, like I was saying, is with my drinks, I just don't like to have alcohol in it. Or I like to taste alcohol. I like to feel the effects of intoxication. I don't really like the process of getting there. But you have to do it. You know what I'm saying? But those are the only two things I don't do. I don't do pill popping. I don't do no snorting. I don't do none of that shit. I don't give a damn anybody got to say. Yes, I've smoked cigarettes before. If you ever tried marijuana and then smoke a cigarette, that high is unthinkable. But I only do I can do like literally one puff of marijuana, or I can do a what they call it when some secondhand smoke. There we go, secondhand inhalation. I can do that, and I'm high. I can get like a little buzz from that, from weed. You know what I'm saying? I literally, a lot of people don't believe me, but when they do it, I tell y'all, I can do 1 or 2 puffs and I'm good to go. I'm literally that much of a lightweight. Like every time I smoke, I cough badly because I don't do it that often. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's not nothing it's frowned upon for me, but you know, but I get, and trust me, I don't get my marijuana off the streets. I get it from my sister because she works at a dispensary, and I get the edibles and those little tea things. Okay, but we're not here to talk about that. Damn. See how I'm going off on and on about weed? What the hell am I doing? But I don't do it often. I really don't. You know, it's just because, and that's why it's so easy for me to do 1 or 2 puffs or do literally a little sip of alcohol, and I start to feel it. Like when I tell my friends, they don't believe me. I'm like, soon as I drink it, I start to feel the effects like that. Like people don't believe me. Soon as I drink, like a sip of my Alizé or a sip of this or you know, shot of that. Like one time I was on the beach and we did, I think it was a Patron, and that was I think my first time ever having Patron or some shit like that. I think what it was, or maybe it was also Tito's vodka or something. But I literally had that shot, and I said, yo, I'm already starting to feel the effects of it, literally like within like 60 seconds. And I know that sounds really like, you can't, I feel you can, but I'm telling you, I do. Ask my friends, they will tell you. I start to feel, and then after like literally 3 minutes in, oh yeah, it's hit me. I'm hit, I'm good. So yeah, I can get intoxicated pretty fastly, easily. So that's why and the thing is, I don't like really going out and drinking. I don't really like going out, and I have done it. I've gone to the clubs and everything like that, but I just don't like going out. I just don't like always going out and doing it. I like to do stuff in the privacy of my own home because I trust, and only with me, and like maybe, and most of the times I like to be the quote unquote supplier. Don't FBI, CIA, NSA. I'm not talking about a drug supplier. I'm just talking about a supplier of, hey, you want to smoke? My sister gave me some marijuana. Okay. Or hey, I got some alcohol, because at least I know where it came from. You see what I'm saying? Because not that I don't trust people, but I don't trust people. You see what I'm saying? Like I've had a friend one time trying to get me to do, I think it was Molly. I said, no, I ain't never doing that. You ain't never convincing me nothing. Oh, you gotta get on the program. I ain't gotta get on no program. That's your program, not mine. My program says God first. Look, it's bad enough I'm already doing a man-made thing like alcohol, but the weed, that grew from the ground, and I'm not gonna buy it off the street. I'm not gonna buy it from anybody else I don't trust, because it could be laced with fentanyl, heroin, cocaine, anything, and then next you know I'm dead, and I'm not taking that chance because I love my life, even though even through all the struggles and the shit that I have to go through. Sorry, y'all. Remember, y'all, I told y'all in the last episode, I'm gonna be looking past y'all sometimes to just make sure it's still recording because this iPad is a little ooh right now. But anyways, it's still going good, so I feel like I'm looking good. But yeah, I like to have fun, and also within my intoxication, I like to be in a mellow state enough to where I can and a lot of times I get sleepy a lot. Like a lot of people, they say, oh, they drink brown liquor, they start acting crazy. They drink the color liquor, they start having fun. Or they smoke a certain amount or whatever it is, the indica or, you know, whatever. For me, all around, I always am mellow or kind of sleepy. I will say I get a lot of sexual, and I get in a really good sexual nature, which is why I love to be intoxicated with my boo, because then we can be sexual together. You see what I'm saying? So and lately that's what it's been. It's just me and him and got intoxicated together, and you know we go from there. Which I need to do another sex talk because I feel like I didn't really delve deep into that. So we gotta have some more sexual explicit conversation. You see what I'm saying? So maybe I'll do that next week. We'll see. But today we are going to be talking about, guys, we've gotten so lazy. We've gotten so lazy, man. As a society, and I am included in this. So anything I say in this show is geared towards stuff that I've been inspired by from what I've said or done, or what I have thought about, or what I've experienced, or I've seen people experience. So I don't want y'all to watch these episodes for the show and think that I'm only talking about beating up on anybody. You see what I'm saying? If I mention your name, it's all in respect, it's all in love, it's all in respect and candor and gratitude. But I don't fall at your feet. I don't worship you. I don't kneel down to you and kiss your feet or kiss your hands. I don't do that. I do that to the Heavenly Father and Jesus Christ, okay, and the Holy Spirit, okay? All one and the same. You see what I'm saying? So anytime I mention anybody, like I've mentioned, I know I had talked about Beyonce and Rihanna and Michael Jordan, which I apologize for that, because I found out that article, from what I learned growing up about what was stated, that turned out to not be true. Because finally, when I did my research, the article that I even mentioned on the show, that article turned out to be some spam website or some shit like that. So again, I still apologize to Michael Jordan about that comment. But there's some other stuff I wanted to say in regards to that. That'll be at a later time. The same thing with Beyonce and Rihanna. I don't want it to make it seem like y'all like, oh, well, Javier, you're telling us not to support black women, black people. No, I'm just saying be smart with your money. Okay, just because you have it don't mean that you have it to spend it. Just like something's good to you, it doesn't mean it's always good for you. Live in your means, not above your means. That's what that conversation was about with that episode. But if you didn't get that from that episode, then okay, you obviously were not listening. You were hearing me, but you were not processing and listening to what I'm saying. Because what I say on this show, I mean everything I say. If I issue an apology, it's not at the pressure of the audience or anybody else that's telling me, Abby, you should apologize. No. If I want to apologize, I will apologize. There's no pressure from anybody, just to make that clear. So nobody ever can pressure me into apologizing for anything I say. Because everything I say, I mean. I say how I feel. I say what I mean. I say what I'm thinking. And if you don't like it, you can go subscribe and click on somebody else's channel or somebody else's episodes and watch their shit. Because that's not, I don't, that's okay. There's 8 billion people on this earth. I'm sure that at least 1 billion other people, there's 1 billion people that like what I like. Okay? That's cool. And I'm not expecting everybody to rock with everything I'm saying, because this is a show about things that meet the eye daily, things that will give you guys a perspective, maybe a perspective you have, somebody else's perspective, and then lay it out there for you and let you come up with the common denominator, what you like. But anyways, I'm not gonna talk about the election yesterday, because all I gotta say is this: nobody was ever answering a yes or no question. They all getting an ask and answer. This was an ask and answer debate, and they sat up here and was giving answers and not direct answers, or talking about shit that had nothing to do with the American people, like overseas shit and other stuff like that. Like, just no point in just wasting all of our time. I have my opinion on who I'm going to be voting for. I won't be telling y'all. Yes, last time I voted for Biden. I'm not going to tell y'all maybe I will tell y'all who I'm voting for this time. With reasons. But I don't know just yet. I don't know. I think I'm most likely going to go with Harris. Not only because she's a black woman. This will be the first black woman. It's just because we need to move on from chaos. That's all it is. We just need to move on from chaos. Instead of, like Kamala Harris did say, instead of running on a problem, why don't you fix the problem? And that just goes that's going for anybody. Republicans, Democrats, anybody. I did download the Project 2025, 900 damn page book thing. I don't know if I'm probably going to read that or not. I doubt I will. I should, so I can come on the show and talk about it. But I don't want the show to be all about politics. So that's why I'm like, I ain't even going to talk about that bullshit. Just move on from it. It is what it is. I want to talk about shit that actually matters to the people. Not the American people, just anybody in this world as a whole. And we have gotten too lazy, y'all. In this society, we're coming up with AI generated bioengineered food. You know what I'm saying? We have AI. You see what I'm saying? We're not going to the movies anymore. We're not purchasing albums anymore. We're not supporting people the way we should be supporting people. You know what I'm saying? We're not, the work ethic is no longer there. The respect is no longer there. We've gotten all too lazy with everything in our lives. And I get it. Times is hard. Times is tough. But somewhere after in like the 1980s, like I would say the end of the 60s to the early 70s. From that point on, I'll probably even put it at 1975. After that year, everything to now has been in a dire straight pandemic and epidemic of laziness. We got people having babies that can't take care of them, that can't afford them. They rely on the government to do so. Everybody's on WIC, food stamps, and welfare, which those things were not created for you to live off of. They were there to help you in your time of need, to get you back on your feet, which then why it makes it harder for people to file for unemployment. They got to ask all these questions and all these stipulations and shit like that, like when I had to. Because there's people out there that are abusing it and doing what the fuck they want to do, and it makes it harder for somebody like me that was down and out, and sometimes and I've had a lot of down and out parts here, but I'm still going out and do what the fuck I gotta do to make ends meet. You see what I'm saying? The government, the assistance that is provided by the government is not there for long term. You don't have a child just so you can go and get on the government's dime. That's not what my tax dollars are for. They should be for that. You see what I'm saying? And if any of y'all out there have a problem with that, boo hoo, woo woo woo. Stop. There was a video I had saw. Judge Judy told this girl, they had like 3 kids by the age of 21. She said, "Go find a new hobby." That's what she said, and I'm telling you the same damn thing. Go find a new hobby. Being a baby mama is not a career. Being a baby daddy is not a career. It's not cute. It's not a good look. My sister, one of my sisters, she specifically got pregnant. My youngest sister, she specifically stated, "I want to have sex so I can get pregnant." For what reason? That's the dumbest thing. You and your boyfriend ain't got a job. You in 9th grade, repeating the 9th grade again, and you 16. I'm not here to talk down about him, but I'm here to just state the facts. It is what the fuck it is. Stop having babies. Close your damn legs. Go get a hysterectomy. Go get your tubes tied. Men, put on a condom. Go get your balls clipped. Something. Birth control, all of these things to abstain from having a baby. But you sitting up here having all these babies and having a problem because you can't take care of them. It's not my job to take care of your kids. Anymore, when I have kids, it's for you, your responsibility to have mine. Now, I get it. We as humans, we're going to have points where we're down and out. But it's not, you just shouldn't just stay in that just to get it. Just like off of Precious when the Mary would lie to the social worker about going out looking for a job and everything. She just wants to be on welfare now. Just sit around the house and stuff all day. Just sit around the house all the time, look nice and dandy. And I told you that, yes, I'm sitting around this house nice and dandy, but I have not been living off the government. I've been getting checks from when I was in school, and then my grandparents are kind of helping me while I'm doing this transitional period, but loaning me the money so that I'm going to pay them back. There is a difference, you know. But we've gotten so lazy, and I get it. On one hand, this is what I love about the show, because I'm going to give you guys some perspectives on how the mind works, because throughout these last 10 months, I can understand how easy it is to be lazy. You get so content and compartmentalized within your ways of how to operate day to day. It is so beautiful to sit in this house and literally chill. Literally. Just chill and just bask in the glow of you all day. You know what I'm saying? It is so beautiful. So, let me say this before I get started. I told my boo this, and I told my, technically he's like my uncle. He's my stepdad's friend, but he's like an uncle. His name is Anthony. I told him and my boo, or maybe it was just my boo, and I said, I understand how that thought in your mind can go into a state where you think about killing yourself. I've never been suicidal. Let me make these things clear. I've never been suicidal. I've never been, never had that thought before. Never will. And I know that for a fact I never will. Because I know me enough to know that. And I know a lot of people are like, well, you never, no. And they say this, I'm not judging anybody that has killed themselves. I'm not judging anybody that has tried. If you need, go get you some help. You know, if you have depression or anything like that, go get you some help. Okay? And God bless you, and I'm praying for you. So let me just say that verbatim. But I told them I understand how those thoughts can creep up in your mind. I understand that because I actually went there. Not to the level of, because I'm never, ever going to have that in my mindset to kill myself. Never. No matter how hard life gets. Never. Because I only have one life, and I want to live it. And when it's my time to die, I want that time to be out of my control, not in my control. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna make my expiration date sooner rather than later, if that makes sense. So, but I told them, I said, I understand how that can kind of creep up in your mind, because here I am filling out all these jobs. I got my degree. I got an award with my degree on top of that. I got a small, I don't have a big portfolio, but I feel like I got enough. I'm script writing, I've done everything I can do. I've edited a resume to make it look good, things like that, and I'm still not getting even an interview. They keep giving me rejection letters. I have at least 500 applications, sorry. Ooh, I think it was a bug. I have at least 500 applications out, and nobody wants to, take the time to listen, talk to me. All I'm doing is keep filling out applications and applications. When is it going to be my turn? I get it, I'm in the entertainment industry, and it's far different from any other industry, so it's everybody fighting for these very limited spots. But come on now, at least get to talk to me, get to know me, at least to make a judgment call all I'm doing is keep getting rejection after rejection after rejection, and it's not even for these. It's not even high level. It's entry level positions, entry level, like entry level internship type shit. You see what I'm saying? Assistant type shit. I'm still getting rejected, really? And I'm applying to national, international shit too. Applying to everything, in anything and everything. I'm still not getting anything. So what the hell is going on, man? And then it makes you feel like you're not good enough. It makes you feel like you're less than. It makes you feel like, well, what the fuck? I ain't never gonna succeed. And you want to give up. And you just want to do nothing. You know, I get that. And then you start self-doubting yourself and beating down on yourself because it's something about you. Maybe it's not feeling good. Or you don't feel good enough. And like, well, maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe they're all better than me. You know, all that stuff starts seeping in. It's like, well, I'm tired of this life. Like, yes, and the Bible talks about you already promised some hell days on earth. Why add more hell to the hell you already promised? My question is this then, and that was in so many words. It said that in the Bible. I don't know the scripture, but it just says that in the Bible. I know for certainty. But then I'm sitting up here like, well, this is hell on earth that I haven't asked for. This is hell on earth that I have not asked for. So why am I going through this? God, I keep praying to you. I keep asking you. I keep talking to you. You know, now I get it. My drive hasn't always been there, but my heart is in it. I'm trying my best, but all of this is discouraging me, which then discourages me to want to script write because how am I going to even sell a script to somebody or make a film? I don't have no money. I have no support from my family. All these things in this is the shit that was going on in my mind these last 10 months that still kind of do go on in my mind. I'm sitting up here beating myself up and I'm trying. And a part of me is like, maybe if I beat myself up enough, you'll realize how you fucking damaged I am enough to want to come down and be Captain Saberho because you're God, and excuse my language, I'm just saying, and really show up in my life. This is what I'm saying to God. I'm sitting in this house pacing, I'm yelling, I'm cussing, I'm getting pissed off, I'm looking at the bills, I'm doing it. Like all this stuff is tormenting my mind. I'm sitting here trying my best to have the faith of the size of a mustard seed, but it's really hard when I feel like you ain't showing up as God. When I'm praying to you, I'm having faith in you. I'm looking to you, not just in the bad, but the good. I'm appreciating what you've been doing. Thank you for having roof over my head, clothes on my back, food in my stomach. Thank you for blessing me with wealth and health, and continue to do those things. I'm sitting up here trying to be your warrior, Lord, but where are you going to return the favor? But come on, God, like this is the stuff I am thinking of. You know what I'm saying? And maybe I'm acting a little bit selfish or asinine or whatever it is, and maybe y'all say that in the comments. I don't give a damn. But this is the process I'm going through because I'm human, right? And I'm sitting up here like, God, you created me. You put me in this world. So why you going to put me in this world and give me all this crap that is not going to help benefit me in any type of way? What the fuck is going on? Just like they say, it's easy to be bad than good, because it sure is. Because this good thing, man, it's a lot of prayer, it's a lot of hope, it's a lot of faith, it's a lot of worry, and it stresses me the hell out. So I get it, y'all. All that shit comes into play, which then can affect your work ethic. But at the same time, in no means are you ever given permission to be lazy and allowed to stay on benefits just because you want to, because it's convenient. You should want to do better. I always said it like this. If you can't have money in your checking account, money in your savings, enough money to put your kid through at least 5 or 6 years of college, and if you can't have at least $100,000 in savings in the bank not saving in the bank, but money to like do extra shit, you need to have no kids. Literally. That idea behind 3 times a monthly rent, why a lot of apartments are, and I think I read an article earlier at the top of this year, maybe it was last year, talking about how apartments going to stop this. It's now becoming illegal in certain states or whatever it is to ask for 3 times a monthly rent. But I understand why they ask, because if you're not making 3 times a monthly rent, then how are you able to afford this apartment then? But let's be real, a lot of us can't afford 3 times a monthly rent. But I understand the mindset behind it, but fuck that. I wouldn't even say 4 times a monthly rent. I'm saying this verbatim. And I know it's not all about financial, but it has a lot to do with it, because then that puts you in a place where what community you're going to live in. Not saying that a black community is lesser than a white, or white is less than a black. I'm just saying, you grow up in an impoverished community with impoverished values, then that's what your child is going to grow up in. They're going to walk the life that you walked. If you don't want your child to walk the life you walked, you need to create a better life for yourself first to be able to then give to them. Because the reason why I say the money aspect is so big is because then when you're making that, what they call buku money, the cheddar, the dough, the bread, the bacon, you can now sit back and have more time for your child because you have more freedom financially to do that. But when you're not, you're constantly gonna be working the 9 to 5. Your kids are gonna never see you, things like that. You know what I'm saying? But you do what you gotta do for your kids, right? Because shit's gonna happen. But that's how I look at it. And until then, until I hit that 4 mark where I have a lot of money in my savings, a lot of money in my checkings, a lot of money for just miscellaneous spending, like to take them on trips and shit like that. It ain't gotta be lavish, I'm just saying. But then also got money for their college fund. And I'm not just talking about specifically for college, I'm talking about for their first car and for their first apartment at least, because all those things I had to figure out on my own, you know, then that's not gonna happen. But let me be clear on this. I'm gonna let my kids struggle. Because, and I'm not saying, oh, I'm probably, in a sense, once they turn 18, I'm gonna say, kick rocks. I will. And I'm gonna kind of have them suffer a little bit how I'm suffering. But to let them know that, like, how, what is it? Isn't it Shaq that said it? No, we not rich. I'm rich. You ain't earned no money yet. You see what I'm saying? But enough to where their school will be paid for, and they're not gonna get no new Bugatti, Ferrari, Porsche, something. No, you're gonna get a 1995 Hoopty Honda. Yeah, and then you're gonna have to figure out how to maintain them like, I'm literally gonna help you get your apartment, and I'm not gonna be the co-signer. I'm not gonna be a co-signer or anything. You're gonna have to figure that out on your own. But what I will do is give you money to start off, and if you ever are behind on your rent, things like that. But not purposely. Don't you start being behind on your rent just so you can call me up and be like, hey, yo, Dad, I need you. No. You gotta make it happen on your own. You see what I'm saying? But that's just how I'm looking at it. So I'm gonna let my kids walk that road life. I'm gonna force them to. Cause we not rich. I'm rich, or I have the money. You don't. So, you need to, have a work ethic on your own. You need to go out there and get you a job too. Cause I had to work at one point, 1 full-time and 2 part-time while in school. So I don't hear shit about nobody else saying, oh, I can't work, I can't do this, I can't do that. Because my classes changed schedules every month, and I still had to manage. I had to make a full-time job work and 2 part-time jobs just to make ends meet. It wasn't I'm getting ahead of the bills. No. It was just to make ends meet. Literally just to make ends meet. Because ain't nobody out here paying people like that. You see what I'm saying? So I'm going to teach my kids how to have a work ethic, but not overwork them to where then they become lazy or they don't want to work or do anything. Because I feel like, in a sense, that's kind of how I've been, in a sense, maybe this last 10 months is where I've been so overworked especially the last 5 years, that I'm starting to get burned out. But I'm trying to find my rhythm again and get back into it. But yeah, like, we've become so lazy on shit. You see what I'm saying? Like, when I moved down here, we got this thing called valet trash. Valet trash. Everything nowadays is so much for your convenience. Don't get me wrong. It is kind of nice to have when you need order something shipped to your house or delivered or whatever like that. That's nice. But people don't go to the grocery stores no more. Like, literally. You know what I'm saying? I'll admit, like, lately I've been that person to, like, do a pickup order at Sam's or something like that because I'm so late. I don't feel like going in long lines and stuff. But now they have it where you can do scan and go and things like that. So I like that. So I go in still. Like, if I'm in a rush and I have a lot of errands to run, yes. But a lot of times, even then, I like to go in because these motherfuckers don't know how to, like this last time, I said, okay, you know what, I got shit to do, so if they can just deliver it to my house, because I have the Sam's Plus membership, Sam's Club Plus membership. I said, okay, let me go ahead and just order it and then have it delivered to the house, right? Because they finally made it to where delivery is free for Plus members over $50. So I said, cool. And there's some stipulations in their policy shit that they changed that I find it stupid because now the Plus and the regular membership is almost the same in a sense. Fucking stupid. But anyways, I said, let it deliver to my house. I got, what was that? I think when I had ordered, I got lettuce, I got grapes, I got cherries and shit. And they said up here, that shit, like, they didn't even pick out the good ones for me. They gave me the shit that been sitting there for a while. You know what I'm saying? So those type of things, it's like, never trust that again. Just go in there and get your own produce. I should have known that from the get-go. But anyways, I have sometimes but for the most part, I still go inside the store. I love still going inside the store because I get to pick out what I like and what I don't like and things like that. You know, a lot of people, it's all about the problem. I think the reason why we are so lazy is that everything is for your convenience. Everything. Not even just fast food anymore. Everything is for your convenience. It's for what works best to make you lazy, where you have to do less work. You see what I'm saying? So you got Amazon shipping shit every fucking day, overnight shit. that does come in handy, but you get what I'm saying. You got um, all these computerized cars. Like, I love an old school truck. My truck is a 2005 GMC Yukon Denali 1500 XL. I just changed out the alternator myself. Got underneath the hood and everything. Underneath the truck, everything like that. You see what I'm saying? So, I love to work hard for the shit that I have. I love to. You know what I'm saying? Because then you look at it and be like, I pay for that. I like that. You see what I'm saying? But the work ethic of these kids nowadays, they don't want to work. It's all about what makes them happy. Don't get me wrong. It's all like, and I told y'all this. I did leave TSA because I was unhappy and shit like that. So I have, in a sense, some leeway not to talk. But I worked hard every day I was there. I worked at least 60 hours plus there. Probably, you know what? No, I was working doubles every single day. So, and I had doubled my salary the year before last. I was supposed to only have made like 37,000. I made like, I think it was like 68, close to 70,000. So I was, times two, it's not really necessarily double, but I was damn near close. I was probably about 10,000 off from making double. But I worked hella long hours. Hella long hours. I think the only reason why I didn't make the double was because I had ended up going off to Georgia, Glencoe, Brunswick, Georgia, for my government training, and then I came back, and I could, it was a little horror deal. But and so there was a time I didn't do OT. But yeah, y'all, I worked my ass off. You know what I'm saying? And so, we gotta get back in these jobs, y'all. We gotta stop getting lazy. We really do. We gotta be working. The work ethic is there. Sometimes you're not in this life. You're not always gonna be happy. You gotta make sacrifices. To all these young people out here that are my age, yes, it is nice to get in front of this camera and tell y'all about what we're doing wrong and things like that. But this shit I'm talking about that comes from personal experience for me. And so we got to do better. We got to get back in these, stop being lazy. Go get a job. Go do what you got to do. And then, when you get a job, I can't stand this. People out here, I'm quitting because I don't like the way they talking to me. You're not going to like everybody on your job. You're not going to like your supervisors, your management people. It is what it is. Get the check, move forward. It is what it is, you know? And I realized I didn't finish talking about this aspect of it. On one hand, I get it. You get compartmentalized within if you're lazy or not, whatever it is that you're doing, where you don't want to work or you don't want to do this, you don't want to do that. Then you got another perspective where it's like, okay, it's going to come to me when it comes to me. You see what I'm saying? The job's going to be there. The job's this, that's that. I'm going to fight this way and things like that. Then you got another perspective. You got to do what you got to do. You got bills. You got shit rent due. You got all this stuff that's due. You got to make that happen. And one thing I have said is I'm never going to sacrifice my dreams. Like, you see all those people that grow up and they say, I lived in my car. I did this just to make it. I'm not ever doing that. And I'm not judging anybody that's done that. But I'm never going to sacrifice a roof over my head, clothes on the back, food in my stomach for my entertainment career. Because I know that's going to come to me. Because that's what I was put on this earth to do. So it's going to come to me whenever it comes to me. But right now, I'm going to make sure I have lights on in this house. I'm going to make sure I have my rent paid. Even if it may be late, it's going to get paid. Even if I'm going to be potentially facing that eviction where they process my shit for this shit, for that shit, I'm going to make sure it eventually gets paid, including the fees and shit like that. I'm not sacrificing my comfortability of being, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm not judging anybody that does. I'm just not that loyal to a fault I'm loyal to a fault to Jesus Christ and God. And I am to myself. But when it comes to my dreams, my aspirations, that's always going to come. That's always going to be there in its own time. But I'm not willing to be homeless for that sake. I can't do that. I just not in me. It's not in my nature. It's nothing, I can't do that. So I get everybody's perspective. I get everybody's mindset. But you sometimes are going to have to do what you have to do, even if you may not like it. Even if it doesn't satisfy your soul or make you happy. Because at the end of the day, do you want to suffer full on all across the entire board? You see what I'm saying? And why stay suffering when you can do something about it? And having a work ethic Stop not being lazy in this lifetime. Not everything at your disposal of a convenience for your happiness is good. I live in an area with all college students, right? I'm always seeing motherfuckers getting DoorDash and Uber Eats. When the Taco Bell, the Wendy's, the McDonald's, the Popeyes, the all of these restaurants are literally within a 5 mile radius because we live in a college area. Technically, in a sense, you want to count a 10 mile radius. There's at least probably 5 or 6, maybe more McDonald's. I think it may be about 10. There's little, and I'm not over exaggerating. There's like about the same amount of Wendy's. All of the rest, they're all close by, and they're all around because you have Valencia, you have Full Sail, you have UCF. Then you got this other college that's on East Colonial. I forgot. It's like a law college, but it's kind of small, minute, but it's still a law college, so it's pretty big. And then you got, is there another? Oh, you got that, what is it, Hezing University or whatever. I think it's for nurses or doctors, like right across the street from where I live or something like that. So you have a lot of like, shit around, which is good for the college students, right? Okay, but my thing is this then. Why can't y'all get in y'all cars and go? Or go bike ride, walk. What's wrong with that? Oh, it's too hot. Now, if it's raining, I understand, because down here in Florida, that rain is something else. But other than that, why can't y'all get out and go? Why y'all gotta constantly, like, y'all, is that lazy for y'all to get the Uber, to order the Uber Eats? And half the damn time, Uber Eats is charging you way more than what the menu cost and charging you a delivery fee. And I think at one point during COVID, because my grandmother said that they were charging her COVID fee. I've never ordered from, and I kid you not, I tell y'all this, I've never ordered from Uber Eats. I've never ordered from DoorDash, any of that stuff. My friends have, but I haven't. I'm not that lazy to get in the car and go. I'm not that lazy to get on the bus and go. I'm not that lazy to walk, especially when it's within walking distance. That's all I'm saying. I get it from time to time. Like, have I had shit delivered from like Pizza Hut and Domino's and Chinese places? Yes. But that was in that occurrence where it was a big order with me and my friends, and then we were watching something, didn't want to leave the house and go and get it. I think one time it was a New Year's event, and then one time it was a birthday. And then one time we was just hanging out. You see what I'm saying? But that was like, that's different. Everything is so at your convenience now. Everything is so at our disposal where we don't have to do the work to get it. You see what I'm saying? Another thing is AI, I love the fact that we can look up shit now and get full direct answers without having to do a lot of research. But the thing that sucks about that AI shit is that it's still coming from a perspective or coming from a point of view from that company's point of view, what they want you to get to know. Literally. So even if you look up an answer, look up a question, the answer may be tailored of how they want you to know about it, especially in this day and age where they're taking the history books out of the schools and don't want you to read certain things and don't want you to read things that are a bad reflection on America or a bad reflection on shit that you shouldn't have knowledge on or things like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the whole thing that sparked this conversation was I look at my notes because I have, just so I can make sure I kind of stay on track. The reason why I wanted to start this conversation because I had saw these slip-on from Skechers. They look pretty cool, but they are called slip-on pants and slip-on shoes. And it's like, why do we need to now have shoes where kids don't know how to tie their shoelaces? I remember you do the loop, you turn it over. Like, I want to see my kids struggle to learn how to tie their shoe. I want to see that. I don't want to see them say, can I just get the slip-on shoe? No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. You're going to learn how to tie a shoe. And you're going to do the loop-de-loop. And then sooner or later, once you get older, you're going to learn how to do that one loop, toss it over, and then do it like a bow tie. You see what I'm saying? I want you to learn how to tie your shoes. Same thing with pants. What's wrong with, I get it. I have a couple of slip-on pants too, and it's not slip-on pants, but like joggers, but they have the strings, so I tie it because I'm still kind of skinny in the waist, so, I got to tie because shit's still loose on me. But, zip up the pants, put on the button, put a belt on, all that stuff like that. Like, I feel like we're getting so lazy as a society of like, why is everything such at a convenience? Why is everything got to be so so at our disposal at every single time. Like we don't even read books anymore. Everything's so digitized. We don't read newspapers anymore. I mean, the shit that comes in the mail for me, I glance through it and shit like that. You know, I have a couple of magazines. I actually have books. I actually have paper books. I love reading books. I do. I can't stand the digital copy because sometimes I want to go back. Like I just like a hard copy because one, if y'all don't know this, when now I will say this, when it comes to let me say this, when it comes to anything digital, you can buy it, but it's only for the licensing. It's only but it can be taken away from you. For example, if you buy, and it says this in Apple's policies, when you buy a song, it's only you. You bought it, so you own it, but they have a right to relinquish the rights of you owning it if it doesn't come available anymore. Meaning, if a record company doesn't renew the licensing with, or if Apple doesn't renew the licensing for that song or whatever like that, then it becomes unavailable to you. So I've purchased several songs where now you can't play them even though I bought them, but that's because nobody renewed the licensing agreement or the renewal to have it on that digital. That's why a lot of time, for a long time, you never saw Aaliyah's albums on because they didn't. Her family, the estate, they didn't approve the licensing and the release to have it on those streaming platforms. So it is great to have things digital because let's be real. I now do I currently, because of my financial state, do I use Apple the monthly student program? Yes, I do. But growing up, when I had from 16 to 18, I bought everybody's album, and I should show you proof of receipts with that shit. I own all of my Just Got albums, Patti LaBelle, all of those singers that I love. I purchased their albums outright. I outright purchased their albums, their singles, Erica Campbell, Marry Me, all that stuff. Because when you buy this shit, you're actually supporting them. Album sales have gone down, y'all, because streaming. And shame on the guy that owns Spotify because you've made it to where these artists are not making money anymore. They're not making money. The only way they make money is from from branding, merchandising, and touring. You know, so it is a benefit to have easy access, but remember, easy doesn't always mean good. Everything good to you is not always good for you. And so I say in my when I get more financial stable, I'm definitely gonna cancel my rent, my monthly subscription, most likely. But what I try to do, at least right now, until I can start affording to buy outright the albums, I buy their singles. You see what I'm saying? Because those are only like $1. But try your best to get hard copies of stuff because that's the stuff that truly matters. Because I definitely want to get a vinyl record to get the vinyl player to get vinyl records and shit like that. I own a couple of CDs back home and DVDs. You know what I'm saying? So, but I still want to continue to do that because when shit hits the fan, when Wi-Fi stops working or when technology stops or whatever like that, at least I can sit up here and plug into my tube TV with my DVD player, my VHS and shit like that, you know. But I come from the era where we have those flip books, and you say, what song you want to listen to? You got all these different people's CDs and shit from the record store. That's the era I grew up from. I grew up in the VHS era. You know what I'm saying? You gotta crank that shit to wind it back, or you press the button depending on if the tape is fucked up or not. All that shit like that, you know. So, everything is so easy accessible now, but it doesn't benefit people anymore. Now I get it, a lot of these singers and actors and stuff, they make a lot more money than the rest of us do. But at the same time, if you look at it, artists don't make money like that anymore. They don't, because everything is so easy accessible digitally. You know what I'm saying? And it's not all that great. You know what I'm saying? For movies and TV shows, people are still in a sense benefiting a lot more from it because a lot of people still go to movies or they use streaming platforms now, and you have to buy the rights or the licensing agreements to have it on your platform, or even to, you know what I'm saying. So in a sense, Netflix, Paramount Plus, Peacock, Max, um, um, Disney Plus, all those streaming platforms, they're making buku money. And if anything, they're becoming as expensive as regular cable now because, you know, they're charging ridiculous amounts for their subscriptions, especially at that damn Netflix. And I got a bone to pick with y'all about that shit, but I'm gonna save that shit for another day. You know, but a lot of shit is just becoming too accessible, and it's not okay anymore. You know what I'm saying? Some shit needs to be where we have to get up and get out and go get it. You see what I'm saying? Um, let's see. We don't have home or health economics anymore. We don't. We don't. You know, we don't have cooking ed in school, or home economics where you're learning how to sew, you're learning how to do this, you learn how to do this, you learn how to do this. None of that shit is in school anymore. When I was in school, we did have a sex education class, but we didn't have home economics or anything like that. Everybody needs to learn how to cook. Everybody needs to learn how to cook. If you can't boil an egg, what are you doing? If you know what I'm saying? There's simple things that everybody should know how to cook or make. And we don't have that anymore. Shit like that needs to be brought back into the schools. Because everybody is so convenient to, yes, is when in college life, yes, you're gonna do the cup of noodles, you're gonna do the TV dinners or whatever like that. But to tell you the truth, I have not fully done all that. I'm gonna tell you out verbatim. Y'all can ask my friends. I went to that damn Sam's, got a deep freezer, got me that Sam's card, and every pocket, every dollar I've ever had has gone to the food. And I made it stretch. During COVID, I had food. I never had to go to the store. I had Dawn soap and everything. I just this past year went and got new toilet paper from when I bought that toilet paper 2019, because it's only me in the house, and I made it last because you wanna know why? I grew up poor, so I know how to make things last. You know what I'm saying? So I'm telling you right now, I cook. I cook. You can check out my social media accounts. You see that I cook. I'm just not starting to post the shit, but I've always cooked. I know how to cook. I came from a family of cooking. We come from the South, Texas, partially from Texas. So, and then my other part of my family is from Guyana, South America. So I know how to cook. You know what I'm saying? And each and every day I'm trying new things that I've never cooked before. You see what I'm saying? So I'm working hard to try to build a life where I do things for myself. You know what I'm saying? Because my mama said, you better learn how to cook, because if not, you're gonna be eating them TV dinners. You're gonna be eating ramen noodles. I was like, I don't want to learn how to do that. It's so easy to get the fries that are already cut up, or the chicken nuggets that are already made, or whatever like that, and throw them in the oven and stuff like that. I have done that. Yes, it's easy to get those chili cheese burritos and those Tostitos and all this stuff like that. But no, I want to make actual food. I want to learn how to make actual food and do shit, because I get hungry and I want some good food. And now these restaurants are charging ridiculous amounts too, and you see a lot of them are closing down because they're not even making business like they are anymore, because everything is so high priced. And nobody wants to go to a restaurant and eat what they can go buy at the store, in a sense a little bit more, but for about the same price. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. And parents, stop enabling your lazy ass kids. Go tell their ass to get a job at 16. They need to start learning how to get some independence and making their own money. Because at the age of 16, my kids, like how I was, I'm cutting you off. Phone bill, nope. You better go get your own phone bill. And now I know you're 16, so that's fine. I'll be on your phone bill plan, but you're going to pay your phone bill until you're 18. And after that, at 18, you're going to take me off. And that's your responsibility. And then you're going to get your own car. You're going to get your own this. You're going to get your own that. Stop babying these damn kids. Don't get me wrong. I get it. You don't want your kids to have the same kind of suffering and rough routes you had. But sometimes, like they say, pressure makes diamonds. And your kids need to go through the woes in order to come out all right. Stop babying these damn kids, getting them these townhomes and these apartments and condos and shit. I am never doing that to my child. Never in life will I ever. I'm not buying my kids Jordans. I'm not buying them any Nike brand shoes and shit like that. We gonna go take our asses to Ross. You gonna get them shoes just like I did. And do you got Jordan money? Okay then. If you ain't got Jordan money, don't come to me for any money. And I don't feel like Craig Mama said off of Friday, I don't feel comfortable loaning you $200 without a job. Bingo, Jack. And if I had a job, I wouldn't need $200. Exactly. So go get your ass a job. Work for what you want. Like I said, I'm not going to let my kids struggle. But I'm not going to hand everything to them. Never in life will I ever do that. Because I want you to struggle just like I was, so you can see how hard it is out here in life. That everybody ain't going to like you. And they don't give a damn what you do. They don't even give a damn enough to respect you. As long as you pay your bills, you keep the bill collectors away. You'll keep the naysayers away, because at the end of the day, you got your shit taken care of. And they say money don't mean everything. That's a damn lie. It do mean everything. Because to me, when I have money and my bills is paid, I'm happy. I'm content. When they not, I get frustrated because I'm worrying about if I'm going to be on the street or not. That's just me. That's the type of work ethic I have. And that's why I always get frustrated with God and I be starting to yell at him and stuff like that. And I ain't gonna lie, I cuss at him because I'm like, I'm one of the people that really want to get out here and work. I'm not a lazy bum or somebody that just, just don't give a fuck. I want to live off the government. I want to actually work, but ain't nobody calling me back. If anybody out there is watching this and want to give me a job, holla at your boy. I'm just saying. But no, seriously. We gotta build this work ethic, y'all. It's not even just about going out making money. It's about having the drive, the ambition to elevate yourself, elevate your life, to fully go after what you want and not be content or complacent in where you are in life, because and just accept what's due. Take a beating and just lay down and be done with life. Because what's the point in life if you're not living it? You see what I'm saying? And so we got to do better, y'all. It's great that we have all this new technology, all these new different ways of doing things, but apply that shit to your shit. You see what I'm saying? It's great to kind of have these cars that drive for you now, so like you can not, when you can get some sleep and shit like that. That type of shit in a sense is not necessarily what I'm talking about. But even then, I love to get on the road and drive. I love to get on the road and have a road trip. I'm not that lazy. I love to do it. Let's go camping. Let's go fishing. Let's go work for our food. Let's go get it. Because when you start working for shit that you have, working for shit and towards shit that you have, you will love when you have it. And you will take pride in it. You'll take joy in it. You'll take a stance in your mind that, hey, I love this. And I want to keep it. And I'm going to continue to work to keep it, because when you work hard for something, you'll appreciate it more. You'll respect it more. You'll accept it more. Quick, fast, and easy isn't always the case. Why do you think that when you have sex, it feels so good, and then the climax is so quick? Because you work hard to get there, but you don't work fast and rough and tough, or you see what I'm saying? You don't just I want to get there, hurry up. You got to just relax and let it come naturally. It's going to come. You're going to come. You just got to relax and let it happen. I've had to learn how to get, that's another thing I need to talk about on sex, because I have a lot of woes and struggles when it comes to that too. So that'll be another conversation we need to have. Maybe that's a good segue into next week. Probably talk about sex next week. But yeah, y'all, just work hard. That's what this episode is about. You got to get out and work hard. I know it's tough. I know it's a struggle. I know that there's different, everybody has different obstacles and hurdles or things that impede on that, but you gotta get up and continue to keep fighting and stop taking the easy route, because easy ain't always so easy, or it's not always gonna, it may be easy now, but it ain't gonna be easy in the long run. You gotta start thinking about how will this decision or what I do now is going to affect me a year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 years from now. I get that tomorrow is not promised, but you gotta act like it is for you. Because at the end of the day, we really don't know when this world is going to explode and end, or when your life is over. Do you want to really die and say, oh, I wish I did this, or I wish I had fought for something and I didn't? You know what I'm saying? Fight for your dreams. Fight for your aspirations. Fight for you first. And don't sacrifice yourself for anything less than what you deserve. You see what I'm saying? And you got to put yourself first, because once you fulfill all your dreams and aspirations and goals, then go have kids and then help them build theirs off of what you've done. You see what I'm saying? There's that whole thing of parents want their kids to be better than them, but not you continually create the same cycle, generational cycle of being about nothing, or wanting to be suppressed and complain about being suppressed when you didn't do nothing to lift the weight of suppression off of your back. You see what I'm saying? And nobody ever said that doing good work, doing quote unquote the Lord's work, if you want to put it that way in religion, or doing good is easy. Nobody ever said that. That's why do you think it's so easy to have wars? Why do you think it's so easy to do the shit that we do in this world that amounts to nothing, than do the actual work of bettering people's lives? You see what I'm saying? So that's all I want to say. Work hard for what you want. You work harder, you play harder. If you work hard for the results will come. There was another thing I wanted to say in regards to that, but it's not coming into my mind. But yeah. But we're gonna move on to our fun fact for the day. Today we're gonna be talking about the 688 Battalion. Now these ladies, nobody knows. A lot of people don't know about them. And they were a military unit, the first female unit. And the official name for them was the 688th Central Postal Directory Battalion, and they were founded in 1945. Their motto is no male, low morale, and they got the nickname the 6888, and it was a predominantly black battalion of the Women's Army Corps called WAC. The 6888th had 855 women, amongst whom were 3 Latinas, both enlisted and officers, and was led by Major Charity Adams. It was the only predominantly black U.S. Women's Army Corps unit sent overseas during World War II. The only. So women, y'all have the work ethic. Y'all have the drive. Y'all can do things. Y'all can be, like Jill Scott said, y'all can be a carpenter or a garbage woman or a police officer or a carpenter. You can be a doctor and a lawyer and a mother and a good God woman, which done to me, kind of lover I can be. You can be a computer analyst, the queen with the nappy hair raising a fist. You can be much more and a myriad of this, hot as the summer, sweet as the first kiss. You can be all those things and more. You can be Kamala Harris running for president of the United States. All those things and win. The group's motto was no male, low morale. The battalion was organized into 5 companies, headquarters, Company A, Company B, Company C, and Company D. Most of the 688th, did I say that? 888th worked as postal clerks, but others were cooks and mechanics and held other support positions, so that the 688th was a sufficient unit. So yes, I did mention, yes, it does say they worked in capacities of that traditional value shit. However, they were also soldiers, so they all had different things, but majority of them went off to World War II, but they also helped each other. So just because you may not be on the front line, you can be doing anything you want to do. You know what I'm saying? So these women were supporting other women. So hey, we're gonna be the ones that are gonna handle the mailroom. We're gonna do the cooking, the cleaning, all this stuff like that. While you go out and fight the war, women. And then when you come home, we have meals for you. Same thing. See? That's what men have been doing in the military too. So why? So you know. So they were active from 1945 to 1946. They were the branch of the U.S. Army. Yeah, y'all, this legacy, and I didn't really honestly find out about them until recently. Not because that movie that Tyler Perry's coming out with, but I had learned about them, I think it was like 2 years ago. Like I started to hear about them and stuff like that, vaguely, you know. So this is proof that no matter what it is, you can do it. You know, it also states that their role was postal service, but I'm sure they did I know, we obviously know that they did a lot more than that. And then on March 14th, 2022, President Biden signed a bipartisan bill to award the battalion the Congressional Gold Medal. So congratulations to all those women. As of 2022, only 6 members survived. Ramay Davis, Crescencia Garcia, I believe I pronounced that right, Fannie McKeldon, Gladys E. Blout, I believe I'm pronouncing her right, Lena King, and Anna Mae Robertson. So I thank you, ladies, and all of the ladies. Rest in heaven. Remember, they're not above us, they're not below us, they're right with us. Thank you, all of you women, for everything you've done for us and continue to do for us and will do for us. God bless you all, because you all have been an extraordinary, influential part of our military. Who says black women can't do anything? Black women, you hold all the cards. Black women, you are, what did I say last episode? Mother of the earth, queen of the universe. Y'all can do anything. Anything. You're so much more than your hips and your thighs. You're so much more than as. Your power is in between your legs, but it's also in between your mind. Know when to use them, know when to hold them, know when to fold them. Know when to use them and know how to use them. Not just to get what you want, but better your life. But don't use them at the expense to better your life. You see what I said? Know how to use them to better your life and your future, not at the expense. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not talking about hoeing and prostituting and stripping and all that stuff like that. And to whoever's doing that, no judgment. Just saying. Just saying. But yeah. So I thank you, 688 Battalion, for everything you've done for us and continue to do for us. Your legacy within the Black community holds a very near dear place in my heart. Even though you women are inventors in my mind, because you help charge forward that women can be in the armed forces and they can do even a better job than us men. God bless y'all. I love y'all so much. I thank y'all for watching this episode of the Analytical Eye Show. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And I am certain that I got some white stuff. I hate this, y'all. I hate doing this on camera, but like, why should it get around your lips? Yeah, so I'm over here looking in the mirror now. I'm looking past y'all into this. It's mirror. God damn, I hate this dry ass shit when it gets on your lip. Anybody know how to stop that shit from happening? Please let me know, because I hate that shit. Shit's annoying. But I do like my lips, though. They look bubblicious. That's what my boo said. I'm just joking. But no. Okay. But yeah. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Avir, and TikTok at Avir Vassal. You can follow the show on Facebook and Instagram at The Analytical Eye Show, and on Twitter at Analytical. I gotta start making sure I have more presence on social media. Working on that, but I'm still a little old school. But yeah, I thank y'all for watching this episode. I will see y'all next week. Most likely we're gonna be talking about the woes of sex. I'm gonna delve a little deeper into it, because I think season 1 I kind of was talking a lot of generalization about shit, and some of it was maybe a little bit nonsense, or like I was kind of making points here and there, but not fully. So I want to make sure I'm doing that this season around and really touching intricately on shit, because now I'm starting to get into my mojo even more. So, but like I said, I thank y'all for watching this episode. I will see y'all next week. Make sure y'all take out the time to have conversations about shit that meet the eye daily. And I look forward to seeing y'all next time. Cheers. Thank you so much. The Analytical Eye Show is presented by Analytical Eye Productions, a AAVR company.